A 15-year-old boy is in intensive care with a fractured skull and chest injuries after being bashed in a suburban street. He was among up to 80 teenagers at a birthday party which turned sour.
The whole day had been really great. It was just, you know, Matty was looking forward to this party, and he'd been invited to it about 2 months before, so it was something that he'd been building up to go to. And it was Nick's birthday, so he was having a ball, and we, having dinner it was really great. It was just a lot of fun, and you could see people looking over and just smiling at the happy family. It was fantastic. And then when we finished dinner, we took Matty to his mate's place and as he got out of the car, he pulled the back of my hair and said, "See you later, Dad," and never did.
It was supposed to be a fun night for Matt Stanley, the 15-year-old mad-keen soccer and touch footy player who remains in a coma at the PA hospital after being attacked in the street last night at Alexandra Hills.
The thing was that the party, they were all friends. They knew each other. They were either really, really close friends or good friends or acquaintances of, "Hi, how are you?" So that particular party, you know, it really wasn't something to be scared of. And I mean, I guess now you realise that, you know, teenage parties where there's alcohol is going to be something to be worried about, but not this one. The phone went and Nick answered it, and it was Charlie on the phone. And he said that, said words that changed our life forever. He said, you know, Matty's been bashed and he's lying in the roadway in a pool of blood. Get here. So we did. And I didn't believe it. It doesn't happen to real people, that's the thing. Certainly doesn't happen to your own children. And when we got there, drove around the corner into Brompton Street, and there's teenagers all over the place. It was an 18th birthday party. And, cops everywhere interviewing people, and there's Matty lying in the middle of the road. And what had happened was that as he was leaving the party, this individual came up to him and bashed him, punched him, knocked him to the ground, and then laid the boot into him. And yeah, so, you know, he was bleeding from his nose and his ears and his mouth, and asked him to get up. But his eyes were closed, and his head was on a somebody's footy jumper. They'd been trying to bring him round because he was unconscious. And I don't know how long we'd been there when then the ambulance arrived and the guy came over and shone the torch in Matty's eyes.
"Matthew, I'm just going to shine a light in your eye."
He said, "Oh my God," and I said, "I'm Matt's dad, you know, what's the matter?" Knowing full well that there was nothing the matter with him because he was going to get up and be all right. And he said, "Matthew's badly injured, we've got to get him to hospital now." So away we went. After they said at the Redlands Hospital that they didn't have the facilities to look after Matty, and that we were to go they were going up to the PA, so the ambulance said, "Look, you go on ahead because we've got to drive very, very slowly." So we went there and just went into a waiting room and got told that Matty had arrived, and a couple of Matt's friends arrived in as well, and we were, you know, they said they were taking him in to check him over or whatever. I don't know, I suppose it was about 2 hours after we got there that the head of the intensive care unit and a visiting neurosurgeon came in and said, "Could we talk to you?" and took us into a side room and put a DVD into the computer and showed us the 2 fractures to Matty's skull and the 4 broken ribs and the crushed lung that he had, and said, "Matthew's got horrendous brain injuries, they're irreversible, and he's going to die." It was just as simple as that. And it wasn't a matter of if or anything like that, it was just, he is going to die, but we don't know when, and it'll be soon.